Hello and welcome into the locker room. Here's a look at what's on the show this evening. The crisis continues at Real Madrid and there are some questions to be asked of Zinedine Zidane. Jose Mourinho extends his contract at Manchester United until at least 2020. We ask if this is the right move for the club. And as he gets set to return to the Juventus squad and celebrate his 40th birthday this weekend, we discuss whether Gigi Buffon should play on for another year. We welcome Phil Shane back onto the panel this evening.
Ray said he was sick and tired of you guys. That just means he'll be back on Monday.
But maybe he won't be in the booth with you at the weekend, so he could be sick and tired of you too, Phil.
So maybe we could have a contest, invite some of the viewers.
We could do, although I think you'll be speaking better Spanish than Ray did in this very seat just a few weeks ago.
Well, actually speaking a little better English than he has. Also.
Christian Vieri, happy Australia Day to you.
Oh, yeah, right. How's your brother doing?
Aussie.
Does everybody know that you grew up in Australia?
No,
because a lot of people don't know.
No, they don't.
Yeah,
Only you guys.
Heck of a cricket player.
Any shrimp on the Barbie, mate?
Thomas and Gary also with us as well. So let's get started by talking about Real Madrid. They were knocked out of the Copa del Rey this week by Leganés, which realistically means that the Champions League is the only silverware left available to them this season. The players in the team are increasingly stressing the importance as well of finishing in the top four in La Liga. But many questions have been asked of Zidane and the team that he put out in this one, because the big boys like Bale and Cristiano Ronaldo weren't used in the squad for this game, when this was an important one, perhaps some would say more important than the weekend's game against Valencia, Phil.
Just at least they have the League Cup to follow. Oh, no, they don't. The thing that amazed me, and I can understand him wanting to give a break, wanting to show confidence, but up until this point, Zinedine Zidane has always kept a little wild card on the bench. And you don't want Ronaldo there at this point. There's just the whole dramatics, perhaps, of bringing him in off the bench, seeing him in the back row. But to have Gareth Bale would have been something that would have been so vital for them in the last 20, 30 minutes of that game. Full credit to what Leganés did and Asier Garitano. You take a look at the game plan, worked almost to perfection. But there's something bigger than just this one game. This is, what, 5 home matches in a row in the Copa del Rey. They have been unable to get victories against the likes of Fuenlabrada and Numancia. There's something going on.
You know what amazes me, and I can't believe, if you go back 6 weeks, Real Madrid were winning their 5th trophy. I think they were 9 points behind Barca with a game in hand and a home Clasico. And you would have been thinking then that there's no problem. They're going to catch it up. They'll win at home. It's going to be a tight race. You go 5 to 6 weeks later, they're 19 points behind out of the Copa del Rey, and it's all fallen apart. I've never seen a team go from 5 trophies and the best in the world to this so quickly. It's a disaster.
He said afterwards he's angry with himself. He takes the blame for this. But how can he be that angry with himself, Thomas, when this is the squad and the team that he chose to go and play this game?
I think he was particularly talking about this game here. And I think he should be angry with himself, but because this team played probably the best game a few days ago. Momentum, Kay, is so important. Bale still needs minutes. You know, 10 changes. Good teams, Bobo, you know that. Wednesday, Friday, when you win, it doesn't matter. You're not tired. So I'm surprised that he makes 10 changes. And quite frankly, you know what? The Bernabeu fans go, we want the Spanish player, we want Isco, all those guys. Asensio, not good enough. Isco, not good enough. Vasquez, not good enough to carry this team. And no Bale and Ronaldo on the bench even. So the MGM, which is not a hotel, by the way, but it's Mr. Game Management. Zidane, his preparation, his tactics, his starting 11, very poor. And that's why he said, it's all on me, and it should be. So
going back to what you were saying, Gary, back in 1996, now it wasn't a big Champions League winning these 5 trophies, but it was a season after winning the league. Jorge Valdano then had a really bad start with Real Madrid in the league. They also were knocked out of the Copa del Rey in January. He got sacked after that. Then they went on to the last 16 and they got knocked out by Juventus, so it was a bit of a duff season for them back then as well. That's the last time. It was pretty much the debacle that it is now, but the manager was sacked back then.
All the managers get sacked. If you don't win, you get sacked. For me, they exaggerated like 5,000%. Sometimes you like I've been telling for months and months, you can't win every year.
Yeah.
You can't win. It's impossible to win every year. They've won everything for the last 2.5 years, right? Sometimes you're not motivated. You just have a hard time. Things are going every time they get in a shot against them, they get in a goal. They're having a hard time scoring. It's just this year. That's how it is. And the coach he's taking the blame. Who are you going to blame? Everyone, we know that in football, the coach gets the blame. Whatever he does, it's always it's never their players'
He
fault.
said if he feels he loses the faith of the players, he'll walk, which says that he suggests he still feels that he has the players'
he has.
confidence in him.
Bowman, you know him personally, Bowman.
You cannot.
He's not going to walk away, is he?
No, he's not going to walk away. First thing, you can't lose the faith of the players in 3 months after you've won everything for 2.5 years.
Sure.
What are the players nuts now?
Yeah.
Because you're not winning 10 games. You're gonna the coach is hopeless. Because now everyone's saying, coach doesn't know how to coach. Tactical is no good. He's not training them hard enough. He's not doing enough camp. He's not talking over that. Why is Gareth Bale not playing? If Gareth Bale plays every 3 days, he's going to have another calf problem and stay out 6 months.
You've been in those situations before. You know what players can do. Players can say, we won those 5 trophies.
No.
He's losing the match against Fuenlabrada. He's losing the match against Numancia.
Only weak players say that, like the Leicester players did against Ranieri.
Yeah, there you go, Punto. You've got to move on,
Is he the
guys.
right player right coach going forward, Ken? That's
Yes.
a big
That
question
is a
for
big
me. I
question.
don't think he has the ability to coach them
And
out
I
of
You're
trouble.
tackling the
think
tactics.
it's going to be
Going
a
back to the
topic that we will
Classico.
bring up here, but let's move on to talk
Let's
about...
not be like the wind. One day here, like the flag, sorry. One day here and one day
that's
there.
football.
For 2.5 years, he's won everything, and after 10 games, he's no good.
Okay,
2
well,
years
it's
ago,
kind of right
2-2.
here at the moment. Right,
Benitez got
Valencia, Real
fired.
Madrid this weekend. It's 3rd against 4th. Predictions on that result in just a minute. But a prediction about these 2 teams first. Who finishes higher in La Liga this season? Right now, it's Valencia in 3rd and Real Madrid in 4th. So we have got you first, Gary Bailey. Who have you gone for?
I've gone for Real Madrid. There's too many big players. There's too big a club not to finish above Valencia. They will definitely finish above Valencia.
I say a win because...
No, it's not the weekend's
No, who
result. It's
finishes
who
above?
finishes higher. Yeah.
Okay. But Benitez got fired, by the way, 2 years ago, tying 2-2 at Valencia, by the way. So Ronaldo is going to win because I don't want Zidane to get fired. But you know what? Make Bale the focal point, not Ronaldo.
Hey, who finishes higher in La Liga, Valencia or Real Madrid?
Real Madrid.
Okay, there we go. We finally got that. Phil.
I would say Real Madrid, too, because they just have way too much talent. I think Valencia has more likelihood to stumble along the way. Still a disaster, though.
At the end, you guys say what I think. Real Madrid. They're the strongest team.
3rd, though.
Okay, but you could, so what? Real's going to win every year the Liga. Okay, and Barcelona, what are they going to do? Sack their coach every year. So we're going to be second coaches every year.
I have actually gone for Real Madrid on this one. I didn't realise everybody else had, though. But I know that Marcelino teams do sometimes drop off a
We're
little
not
bit.
crazy. We're not
in the
crazy.
second
We look
half
crazy,
of this
but we're not
season.
crazy.
Okay, we'll see. What do you guys think at home? Let's move on to talk about Manchester United. Jose Mourinho has signed a new contract with United, which will keep him at the club until at least 2020 with the option of a further year. Now, in his first season with the club, he won the EFL Cup and he won the Europa League. It's his birthday today, so happy birthday, Mourinho. Is this the right move for Manchester United?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, he's done really well. What he is for me is a big-time manager at a big club. I don't think Van Gaal, certainly David Moyes wasn't, I don't think Van Gaal was. This guy wants to win. He wants the best players. He wants to get Alexis
Van Gaal
Sanchez.
doesn't want to win?
No, but he's not a big-time coach. This guy, he throw money. You want Alexis Sanchez? What does Sanchez want? Give him it. What does Pogba want? Give him. He wants to get the best players at United, and I think he's winning the fans over.
Gary.
His football needs to be a bit more exciting, but he's
Van
the
Gaal.
man for the
We love
future.
you, Gary.
Van Gaal,
Okay,
Van
so-
Gaal, 3 European championships, by the way.
We love you,
Second
Gary.
in the World Cup.
He's not,
Okay,
he's not a big time. He's not a big time.
So listen, so if Mourinho doesn't win the Premier League or the Champions League, we got to sack him.
Yeah,
we
of
got to
course.
sack him.
Yeah, he's
we
good.
got to sack him.
The one point I would say is Manchester United has enough money to buy him out if it gets to that
Okay.
point. I think that he's in trouble in some ways because Pep Guardiola and the experiment seems to be getting better and better. There's a comparison, though, with the rest of the league. And I think that Manchester United with Jose Mourinho has a system, has a style. You never know what he's going to do with Alexis. I mean, Antonio Valencia's getting a little old up there. Maybe they can move Alexis over to right back.
Okay,
Right back.
Alexis debuted today, incidentally. Could they win the Champions League this season?
Who?
Mourinho and Manchester United.
Miracles don't happen.
No,
Miracles don't happen. Miracles don't happen.
One time, miracles on ice.
Yeah, only on ice.
We'll beat
30 years ago.
We'll beat Sevilla, and then we're in the last 8. When you're in the last
Don't
8,
sleep on Sevilla.
but
I'm
still
just saying,
get
if he doesn't win the Champions League and the Premier League, should he be sacked?
No, but it's not the same as Real Madrid. Man United are not there, not that level.
I kind of like when
They won 5 trophies. They won 5 trophies, Real Madrid. The best team in the world, one of the best ever seen, and they've dropped that quickly. That's the problem.
When a club says to a
Thomas,
coach,
last
I believe in you, stability, philosophy. By the way, American owners, Arsenal, American owners, they don't fire coaches very often like other people. So well done, the Glazer family.
We've got to move, guys. We've got to move. More time to talk in the second segment. Still to come. Coutinho starts out on the right foot for Barcelona. We discuss his impressive debut. And is this Buffon's last season? We asked the panel if he should retire at the end of this term or play on. And we predict the big games this weekend where PSG have another tough test ahead. Stick around. Welcome back to the show. Philippe Coutinho made his Barcelona debut on Thursday, coming on in the 68th minute for Andres Iniesta. In the time he was on the pitch, he impressed. A good start for Philippe Coutinho. Will he go on to be a hit?
Absolutely, because I think he's content playing rhythm guitar. He's not looking for the lead. And when you have a guy that has that much talent, playing into Messi, playing into Suarez, only good things can happen.
There was a sense for many watching that it looked as though he'd been playing with these players for a long time. And often we do see players coming into the Barcelona fold, and we know it's going to take them a few months, if not maybe a year, to adapt. But it didn't look like that with Coutinho.
He was very natural. He was lovely on the ball. He was quick. He had dribbled a few. And when you've got great players running around pulling defenders away, it's going to open up more space than he had at Liverpool. Absolutely brilliant. But don't forget Messi on this, because on both those goals, Messi tracked back and won the ball, which not many people talk about because they always talk about his finishing. He was there hunting. I thought he was brilliant on the day as well. So you bring Coutinho in as well. I mean, Barca are just in a different league at the moment.
And well, somebody said that a week ago. Valverde might have been the best signing of the whole year. You know, the coach, what he has done and what he said, I want. Dembele, he needed speed in his team. Great signing. He could have signed Mbappe for 5 times as much. Dembele, more mature and injured, unfortunately. If he comes back, where is Coutinho going to play? Coutinho plays on the right, actually, for Brazil, somewhat centrally for Liverpool. He's probably going to play in that left zone. He's the replacement for Iniesta, but will start. He's a combination between Xavi and Iniesta, which is very, for Valverde, very smart as well. And it's built again around Messi, another great passer that can find him and moves well without the ball. Real quick, 5 take-ons, 5 successful. 3 chances created, and somebody should have buried it. Great 50 minutes for Coutinho.
And the thing that, as a coach, what I have seen from Valverde that's been amazing is the flawless transition from one formation to another. And I know a lot of times you say just throw the numbers out on the field. Once you blow the whistle, things move around. That's not necessarily the case because you have responsibilities that change. And you look at the likes of a Jordi Alba, who has been reborn under Valverde. You look at Rakitic, because remember that long cross into the middle. And this is a Valverde special, different from Barcelona in the past. Gets the ball out wide. Again, Pep trying to stretch it within 30 yards. But now with the likes of a Paulinho, with the likes of a Messi pushing forward, 30, 40-yard crosses one-on-one.
And players who are playing well, who were struggling last year. I'm thinking of Alcacer's one of them. Vermaelen comes in and becomes a star. So his man management has to be really good to get that effect from players.
So it's all going right there, and we look forward to seeing what Coutinho's got to offer Barcelona. Let's move on to talk Serie A, though. Milan face Lazio twice in the next few days, this Sunday in the Serie A, and then next week in the Coppa Italia. Gattuso has referred to the clashes as a litmus test for his side. Christian Vieri, can the Rossoneri beat a team in the top of the table, in the top 6?
I don't know if they can beat them, but they're in a good moment. I know that he's training them very, very hard. So at least physically, they're going to run 90 minutes the whole game. And I think that's the most important thing for Milan now. And I see them good. I don't see them losing in San Siro.
What type of manager is Gattuso with these players?
Crazy. It's crazy. I'm gonna break your face. What do you do? You're gonna run away. If you don't run now,
but do they
Tuesday I'm gonna make you run 10,000 kilometers. I'm gonna kill you.
But look at what Simone Inzaghi is doing on the other sideline, and what he has done. No one's really talking about it. Has been phenomenal. They're catching up to.
It's a smaller team. It's a smaller team, Phil. It's always gonna be like that. Milan, they play bad. They're gonna talk more about Milan playing bad than Lazio playing good, right? Simone is doing a fantastic job. But we have to say one thing: they're not big spenders, Lazio, but they have a good squad. And he's going to try to get in the Champions League at the end of the year.
So there we go. That game coming up here on Sunday, 11:55 a.m. Eastern. And Thomas has got his tash back out as we bring our predictions on this one. We will start with Gary first, though. Milan Lazio.
I've gone Lazio. They're playing so well. They're scoring goals for fun. And Milan's, as you always say, it's a horrible team. They're struggling.
What do you mean a horrible team?
Thomas.
That's what he says.
Hey, by the way,
Oh, have
this
you got the bandit
mustache
patch?
is the gambler and the bandit. And Milan is going to snatch all 3 points, baby. The bandit, yeah.
I thought you were just trying to hide from your bookie. In my mind, what Simone Inzaghi has done with Lazio, phenomenal. And I love Gattuso. I love watching Milan play well. They're not playing well.
So,
Lazio, easy.
Lazio.
I am
Christian.
going to go for a draw, 1-1.
That's Gary Bailey's favourite result.
He just wants to be invited to dinner.
Right.
It's a tight one to call.
I am going to go for Lazio in this one. With or without Hero Immobile, I think they can do it. Okay. There has been a lot of talk in Italy about Gianluigi Buffon's next move. Some believe that he could hang up his boots at the end of the season, while the man himself has hinted that he could play on for another year. Now, Lippi has said don't be in a hurry to retire. Totti has said if he wants to play, he still should. What does Vieri say?
Same thing. What are you going to do? If you want to play, play. Why say before at the beginning of the year, I'm going to quit at the end of the year? Just play, see what happens.
He was emotional, right? Yeah.
Real quick, Boba, you play till when?
36.
36. And as a field player?
I should be still playing.
By the way, that's the key.
I know you're still playing. I know
That's
that.
the
I know
key.
that.
You
But
talk to
36
players.
as a field
Absolutely.
player, 40 as a goalkeeper, maybe.
But don't you
in
want
Europe.
don't you want to go to the top? Don't you want to end the season, hopefully winning the league title, maybe at
You
home?
see him play,
And-
you don't score against him.
Yeah, well, but he lost his place to Chesney now, isn't it? It's a little bit
No,
like this.
Chesney's playing because he was injured.
Yeah, but is he
Chesney's
definitely going to
playing
step
well.
back in?
He's back in the squad at the
Buffon will
weekend.
be back in, but Chesney, I think, has made things a little bit
Guys,
hotter at the moment. But
guys,
as a player, though,
use
you
an-
play until they drag you off the field and don't invite you
Guys,
back.
have you ever trained with Buffon?
Yeah, is he mad? Yeah.
You can't.
What if he wins the UCL?
Except for me, you can't score against him.
Yeah.
Bobo.
In training,
Isn't-
Except
even
for
in
you.
training, he's the
except for
same.
me, huh?
Even in training, he's the same.
No, you can't score against him.
But he's getting older. He's 40.
Don't
He
look
can't
at
keep
him. Tom
playing.
Brady's
One
40.
day-
He's
one
in the
day
Super
you
Bowl
do
every
it.
year.
Hey,
Come on.
The hardest. Let's be real. The hardest working players are the goalkeepers. I have a
In
lot of
Italy
respect
Hang on a
every
minute.
day.
We've got the Goalkeepers Union chairman here going
I know.
against Gigi Buffon. I cannot believe
I want him
it.
to go out as
All
one of
right.
the greatest ever.
All right, let's
Please.
move on then. Still to come on the show, we predict the outcomes of the big games at the weekend, and I'll predict that Gary Bailey sits on the fence on at least one. Stick around.
Might be two. Might be two.
Welcome back to the locker room, where it's time for a little Friday cheer, and there's no better place for that than right here on What I Loved. First up, we're going to give a defender some love. This is as good as a goal list. Look at this clearance.
Wow, that is.
Wow. That's under the crossbar.
Yeah. That's higher than LeBron James vertical leap. I'm telling you.
So we like that a lot, but that defender would not have been too worried about the next guy. Wait till you see this. Now, when you've got fancy hair, you're going to have to make sure you're a good finisher.
It stays in bounds, by the way.
Poor kid,
What's this?
I missed a goal like that.
But did you have your hair like that?
No. Thank God.
Oh!
What is this? This is a phony. What is this?
I
This
just,
is
I just
brilliant.
saw some sympathy
Look,
from
it stays in
Vieri
bounds.
there.
We're going to change your hair, man. You got to have hair like that, you got to score 40 goals a year.
Now, Vieri's team have been playing football-y on South Beach this morning and every morning, so take a look. I think this guy might be on your team, Vieri.
What's he doing?
What's he doing? Whoop.
Break
Watch
soccer.
this. Watch. Breakdancing soccer. Come on, respect.
Look at the dance.
Whoop, 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 whoop.
The field's not bad, huh?
Look at shit. Those are rocks, aren't they?
We like that. We liked it a lot. That's what I love this time. Now, we do have time for some predictions on the show, and my big fear is that Gary Bailey is going to sit on the bench. We did warn him to stop sitting on the bench.
Bench or
and
fence?
take in on the fence.
Well, might have been benched. You're right.
We think you're going to sit on the fence, so we decided to
Here,
make
look,
you this,
look.
Gary.
Here we
Gary,
go.
please
There
pick
you
a
go.
winner.
All righty, I'll pick winners. Go on.
All right.
Put me
Winners,
under
come
pressure.
on.
Really? Because we've seen this one sneaking in with the draws as well.
Right.
Chrissy and Vieri. Let's
Right.
get started then. I think we're going to Phil Shane first on this
Come
one.
on, Phil.
PSG Montpellier.
In my mind, it's so hard to pick anyone but PSG. I'm going to pick PSG, but it's going to be harder than you expect.
Wait, actually, hang on. We're going to go round back.
Oh,
It's
okay.
actually it said Phil, but it's you, Gary Bailey.
Oh, yeah, okay. PSG.
Oh,
Wow.
off the fence. PSG.
You got any splinters?
Neymar 2, Mbappe 3, might still be injured. 5-0 for PSG.
Phil, so you are going for
I'm going to
PSG.
disagree with Thomas there. PSG, but Lecomte right now, 15 goals allowed in 22 games. I could see 1-0, 2-1 maybe.
Wow.
Christian
Listen,
Vieira.
Montpellier has the best defense in the league.
Yep.
It's going to be very hard. I think 6-0.
No big team has taken 3 points off Montpellier this season. This is the first time it's going to happen. I'm going for PSG as well with this one. So, next up, Real Madrid against Valencia. Gary.
BBC start, Real Madrid win.
Oh,
Gary
wow,
Bailey.
Bailey.
Madrid win.
Unbelievable.
Well off that fence, or the bench, depends whichever way you want to look at it. Thomas Rungan.
Madrid as well. Under the gun. This is the game they need to really explode and go forward.
Phil.
I'm going Valencia, even though I do pick Real Madrid on the season. Simone Zaza, this is the type of game. No Ramos out there. There's no Isco to pull the string. Who knows which Ronaldo shows up, but I'm picking Valencia.
Isco, we don't need Isco.
Anything
to pull the
Leganes
strings.
can do, Marcelino can do better.
Christian.
I'm picking a draw.
Oh,
Gary,
Gary.
Gary,
Sorry, I made a mistake.
Your second draw?
No, Valencia.
You pick Valencia.
Yeah, Valencia's going to win.
You're going for Valencia.
You guys are saying that Real Madrid's in crisis.
You're killing me
So
about Real
I'm
Madrid
going to follow you
crisis, and
guys.
You're going to go with Valencia.
Valencia have only won 2 of their last
Is there a
17
doctor in the
against Real Madrid, but they did win the last game at Mestalla when the two faced off. But I'm going to go for Real Madrid to turn
Good
things
choice.
around in
Okay,
this
good
one.
choice.
That's where I'm going with this one. Have we got any bold predictions for the weekend at all? If not, we want to know what games you're calling, Phil.
I'm calling both the Barca and Real Madrid, and I think I get a little Atletico in the morning.
Oh, let's see what Atletico can do, because they've had a few troubles of their own right now. No bold predictions from the panel?
No, to me it's a double for Barca already because Real and Atleti are both out the cup, so it's all done and dusted.
Another
That's
Copa
just a
del Rey for
treble.
Barcelona.
Yeah, absolutely. No, it's
My
just a
bold
treble.
prediction is that Tony Cruz, after the game, will say, we got to fight for UCL spot. We need to get in third. I'm telling you. That's what he
He's
said 2
already
weeks
done
ago.
that. Well, listen, we've been getting some great interviews from Jamie Easton. We
Yes.
found out what Rakitic's hairdresser, that it was his
Correct.
wife.
It was
I
his
know.
wife.
We found out Tony Kroos gave us the exclusive there that
Yeah.
Real Madrid do have to make sure they finish in the top 4 this season. We do have him at Mestalla for this game, so who knows what type of interview he's going to get
One
in
more.
this one.
Ronaldo finally is going to score on the road after 3 months. By the way, Bale was the only one last 3 months scored on the road. Ronaldo will have a hat-trick in this
Now,
one.
Ronaldo put out a tweet just quickly before we
Did
do
he?
go. Ronaldo put out a tweet telling all the Madridistas to stay calm and
Yeah.
there are still many battles that can be won ahead for Real Madrid.
stuff,
so,
Real
good stuff, Cristiano Ronaldo. Christian likes that, and we like that we had you all watching us tonight. Thank you so much for being with us. Make sure you join us for plenty of live action this weekend, and we'll be back on Monday to look back on all of it.
Leganes, living the dream, baby. Beating your neighbors.